Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel where we spill tea left, right, and everywhere in between. We are going to be covering a lot today, including what in the world is going on with Dissociadid, Tana Mongeau's podcast cancelled living up to its name, as well as another Tana tea, Ethan Klein being cancelled again for like the 100th time this year, and Julien Solomita coming out of his slight hiding for a collab with a beauty YouTuber. You know the drill with the subscription button and notification bell, so there's no time to waste. Let's spill some tea. If you are familiar with the Hot Tea channel, you know that we do a lot of what we call hot tea history videos, where we dive into the detailed past of some of the well-known YouTubers and their content and behavior. One of the more intricate series we have was covering a content creator called Dissociadid. We did multiple videos on her in the past, and I'll link those below so you can check them out after this, but she is coming across our headlines again, and this time for more upsetting reasons. Dissociadid, also known as Kaya & Co., is a DID system with multiple alters, and the majority of her content is aimed to spread awareness and education on dissociative identity disorder, formerly known as multiple personality disorder. If you haven't watched our first video outlining what happened to Dissociadid, there was a man who had contacted them to help with their videos for free around the beginning of the pandemic. And he said that he did not want to be credited, he did not want to be paid. This man later on asked for a relationship with Dissociadid, and after they refused him and eventually wanted to part ways with him, this man made copyright claims for all of Dissociatid's videos, which now has turned into an entire IP legal case. About a month ago, Kaya uploaded a YouTube video titled "We're Going to Court with No Lawyer, What Happened to Dissociadid?" She starts off this upload showing off some new contacts that are apparently closer to the color that her eyes are, quotes, on the inside, certainly in keeping with the serious tone of the video now. Anyway, she states that they have been working on getting their videos re-uploaded and are busy with all of that, but she wanted to address the comments about the copyright case that she is currently dealing with.
That we've not won the copyright case, the IP case, intellectual property, in the court yet. The cases are still ongoing. They should, hopefully, be done this year.
Kaya explains that due to the fact that, quote, this individual was about to get all of these videos of theirs removed, they have essentially cut off their income.
Our Patreon pledges aren't enough to cover rent or anything like that, so we were living off savings, and we spent our life savings on the legal fees, and that's how we were able to pay our lawyer.
Well, now her life savings have run dry, and Kaya says that while they are again uploading to YouTube, the main reason they're doing that is because they wanted to, and they don't want to be scared by anyone out of doing what they love, which is YouTube. But I'm sure on some level the income is nice. No judgment, just saying.
We are getting some income from the channel, which is not enough to cover legal expenses.
Kaya says clearly that they are not asking for money and they are able to pay their rent and feed themselves and all of that. She says that now, due to this, they will be representing themselves in court and do all of the work for that. She seems super optimistic about doing this. Well, that was back in April and things have changed. Kaya recently posted to TikTok reaching out for help in the form of donations for a lawyer for an upcoming trial that they have against an individual that they say took advantage of them. A pretty good 180 here, but I understand the fear of going up against big bag lawyers, and certainly the goal would be to win this case, which I'm sorry to say really is super unlikely when representing yourself against experienced legal teams. Dissociadid has also posted a video on their YouTube channel about this topic called "We Need Your Help, Urgent Fundraiser." In this video, they mentioned that they did everything they could to avoid this, but now they have to ask for help. In this video, they acknowledge that they did say they were going to represent themselves in court in their last video, But intellectual property law is much more complicated and complex than they had thought, and all of the work and procedural aspects were just a lot more than they had anticipated. So now they're asking again for help, even though people had offered donations prior and they had declined.
We have no legal background, and the opposition has extremely well-respected, very highly specialised legal team behind him, and a very well-respected and highly specialised barrister who is very, very, very good. There's no way we could win by ourselves. As much as we wanted to do this ourselves, there's no way we can fight that kind of battle on our own. The stakes are way too high to risk just because we don't have lawyers. Our main focus is keeping Dissociadid.
In other news, the ever-entertaining cancelled podcast with Miss Tana Mongeau and Brooke Schofield is living up to its title name and is apparently cancelled. Brooke, in a very nonchalant and mysterious way, tweeted this week saying, "I quit the cancelled podcast." Tana retweeted saying, "Me too, we're done, sorry, had a good run." I mean, this feels like satire and doesn't seem legit at all, but Brooke has also tweeted recently saying that her and Tana would, quote, "be back before you know it, maybe in a slightly different format." She continues by saying that they miss and love us and will never stop oversharing on the internet. See, that makes it seem like not a joke, right? The last episode that was uploaded for the podcast was about a month ago, and there was apparently a little bit of turmoil between Brooke and Tana recently due to Tana accidentally spilling some tea on Brooke's love life that was supposed to be kept confidential. As legend has it, Brooke has been seeing someone for a while who she refers to only as Joe on the podcast, and during an episode of Tana's live show, she slipped up and spilled the beans, revealing his actual name. Brooke tweeted about this as well, saying, "It should go without saying, but if I change someone's name on the podcast, it's for a reason. I want to share, but please just respect boundaries." I really don't think that there's any actual beef happening between Brooke and Tana at this time, as they have hung out since this accident, and Brooke even posted a video titled "I'm Unemployed Again," where she says that it's nothing serious, just that the podcast is over and there's nothing anyone can do about it. Whatever the reasoning may be, we really hope that the two of them, or even just Brooke, get something new going soon, because the podcast was fun, and I genuinely mean that. In fairness, Tana really does seem to be having a lot going on between Dizzy Wine and the Toxic Tips by Tana Spotify and all of the ex-boyfriends and occasionally uploading to YouTube. Does she even have time for a podcast as well? Plus, we all know Tana really isn't one to keep a schedule. She did upload a YouTube video this week in a new video called "Trying on Hot Girl Summer Fits Before a Vacation." While Tana attempts to try on these fits that are just a little small, Lila can be heard in the background, and honestly, you guys, that girl is hilarious, and every time she's in a video of Tana's, she just makes me laugh so much.
With his girlfriend, gives her an iced out AP, all this shit, look at this shit. I swipe up and I go, wow, she looks amazing.
Literally more Lila, please. I love that Tana keeps getting these sponsorships. Like, even though she may not do great at promoting anything, it's entertaining for sure. While on the topic of cancelled YouTubers, what on earth has Ethan Klein done this time? I swear, blink and there's another reason this man is cancelled on the internet. This time, it's actually the far right that is mad at Ethan Klein for some comments he made in a recent podcast episode that has since been removed. Because of the nature of the clip, I can't show it to you guys fully, but I can describe what happened to you in the best detail possible so you can form your own opinions. Just a quick trigger warning for you guys here. We are going to be briefly mentioning the tragedy that took place in Uvalde recently, so if you are triggered by topics like this, please proceed with caution. Now, I say tragedy that happened when really the verbiage I should be using is more along the lines of a devastating thing that a piece of shit did, as calling it a terrible tragedy almost feels like removing the blame from the very obvious place that it should be kept. But keeping on track of our story here, Ethan Klein did a whole podcast episode where they discussed only the shooting, and it was clear Ethan is outraged, and I would say it's safe to bet the majority of us are, or at least should be. It wasn't that episode that landed Ethan in the hot water with the extreme right, though. Later in the week, he made a joke about there being an NRA convention in Texas, and basically said that we should go shoot it up. He immediately retracted what he said, but this was taken and ran with by many individuals on the internet, including one man who actually filed a complaint against Ethan, and of course, our forever favorite boy, Keemstar, had plenty to say about the situation.
On YouTube, there is a terms of service. There's rules. If you break the rules, you get in trouble. You get a strike, whatever, right? You know, you get punished, all right? Every YouTuber has to follow these rules, except for Ethan Klein. We have seen throughout the years this dude breaking terms of service nonstop and not be punished by YouTube. Well, here's the new one. He calls for a bomb threat. Yeah, you'll roll it back, but you just said it. Any other YouTuber that called for a fucking terrorist attack on US soil would be permanently banned.
Ethan caught a ban from YouTube for this stint, but has tweeted saying that he will be back on Monday. He tweeted, "As much as I've enjoyed my week-long vacation, we will be dropping bombs on Monday. On Monday, we are bombing back on YouTube to our regular schedule. On Monday, we are exploding back on the scene. I'm going to bomb the new recording, alright? Monday." With all the bans they seem to catch on the regular, I wonder if Ethan's H3 team loves having all the time off or if they feel frustrated and it is very start and stop, especially this year. I think so far their channel has been striken like twice and Ethan has been cancelled like 3 times already. When it comes to my opinion on what he said, I do think that it was clearly a joke, and Ethan has since made an interesting point about how the right are quick to say that the left are sensitive sallies that are triggered too frequently while they themselves are freaking out over a joke. Ethan tweeted saying, "Question for all the fragile pants-shitting losers who have been reporting me to the police for my very credible bomb threat. Were they supposed to have interrogated me by now? Nothing still. It must have been pretty obvious to them it was a joke. Dang, that's crazy. And to everyone who's been lobbying to get me banned on YouTube for being a domestic terrorist, try harder, losers. I am enjoying my 1-week vacation though. Slept in today." In saying that, I don't think that it's funny to make light of mass shootings, like, at all, ever. And is it maybe a bit of a stretch to accuse him of being a terrorist? I literally don't care what Keemstar has to say. He literally reaches so much when it benefits him against someone he dislikes that I'm certain that he's double-jointed, but he isn't the only one saying this about Ethan. What are your guys' thoughts on this? Moving on to something just a little bit lighter and a little bit more fun and exciting. Julien Solomita is back and recently uploaded a new YouTube video announcing something exciting. Julien kind of sort of uploads to his YouTube channel fairly regularly, but nowhere near as much as he used to, and of course without Jenna. But this week Julien has made an exciting announcement in ways of a collab with a beauty YouTuber and friend, Holo Taco.
I have been working with Holo Taco on a collaboration box of nail polish for the better part of a year now.
Julien says that he never thought that painting nails would become a hobby for him, but over the years he has begun to really enjoy the process of it as well as learning how to get better at it. He says he loves to experiment with different colors, techniques, and looks. Julien says that he is happiest when he can express himself outwardly, and this is part of the reason he enjoys getting so many tattoos and showing them off. It gives him the opportunity to showcase arts that he feels represent himself, and he feels that his nails are similar to this. Julien has pretty much stuck to black nail polish for a long time, but says that he's been trying out different shades and formulas within Holo Taco's products. Julien's collection with Holo Taco became available on June 3rd and as of right now has sold out. Julien spends the rest of his video painting his nails and taking some pictures for the site. While introducing the shades and names, Julien makes a joke about his ring and says, quote, "She liked so she put a ring on it." Do you think Jenna and Julien got married? Jenna has been off the internet for some time and we all miss her, but we're happy she's happy and living her life, and if doing that privately is something that she wants to do, then so be it and we should respect that. But I would love to see a picture of the dress if they did get married. Like, I'm sure they looked so cute and the dogs were probably all there too. All in all, it was nice to see Julien back on a YouTube video, even though it wasn't too long ago that he posted a part 2 of the celebs alcohol taste testing he did a couple of weeks back, but we still miss you, Jenna. But anyway, that is going to be it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel as we do post new videos every single day. You can stalk us on Twitter too and send us any tea that you may have stashed away or deep dive and hot tea history topics that you would like to hear about. And for now, here is my bleach.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm such a bad host. Can I get you guys something to drink? Oh, please, you're fine. I'll have a water when you get a second. Water? Got it. Dalton, did you want a water or anything? I'll do a root beer float. You can't just go to someone's house and ask them to make you a root beer float. Oh, I didn't know that. I mean, I would. I just don't have root beer. Oh, okay. It's fine. I'll have a milkshake then. Dude, pick a household drink. I don't know which ones are. What did you get? Water. Water? Okay. Do you have ice? Yeah, I have ice. I'll do a snow cone then. He's not gonna make you a snow cone. I don't know. I have a snow cone machine at my house. I have like 27 a day. You have 27 snow cones a day? I mean, what did you get? Water! I can hear you. Okay, I'm just gonna go home and get my snow cone.